Hey guys, I'm back again and I'm going to do a movie review because I always do book reviews, but this time I'm going to do a movie review, guys. And I watched this movie yesterday. At first, I was like, I don't even know if I want to watch it. It looks boring. I was looking at the reviews because you know me, every time when I watch a movie, I always look into like reviews or the what you call the synopsis just to see if the movie's going to be good before I watch it. That's the same thing when I read a book. I always look at the back of the book and read a little bit about it, info. Well, anyways, the movie that I watched yesterday was One Battle After Another. Yes, guys. So I watched that. Leonardo DiCaprio, he played in there, and Tiana Taylor, she played in there too. Yeah, so One Battle After Another. Yeah, I said it right. And guys, that movie was like 2 hours, 2 hours and a half long, almost three. You could basically say hitting almost like 3 hours long. So I watched that movie. Oh my gosh! So starting off, what will say is because the movie was directed by Paul Thompson. He did a great job directing that movie. What I will say is the two protagonists, which is Leonardo DiCaprio and Tiana Taylor, they both is badass in that movie. I don't care what nobody say. So they play off as criminals, throwing bombs everywhere as criminals. And I find it kind of cute. Like every second, cute and awkward at the same time. They would end up start kissing, guys. I don't know if you saw that part in the beginning. They always randomly start kissing every time they accomplish a mission. Let's say they bomb up something, they think that's good as criminals. I feel like it's giving Bonnie and Clyde vibes. You know how they just bomb up everything and kill people and stuff like that. Like they be proud of it. So it was giving Bonnie and Clyde, yeah, Bonnie and Clyde vibes. But yeah, they both is badass. Like that's all I can say. But about the kissing part, every time when they would kiss, I would think, it's sick, but hey, listen. So when I was watching the movie though, I find it kind of odd because Tiana Taylor, she plays the character as, what's her name? I'm sorry guys, the name is very long, but I'm trying to find it. Perfidia Beverly Hills. Yeah, she plays the character as Perfidia, and everybody calls her Rat, which it's understandable because she starts talking to this guy Lockjaw, and she starts having an affair behind Bob's back, and I'm just like, what? So she's sleeping with Bob, and then she ends up sleeping with Lockjaw. But I kind of think her relationship with Lockjaw is kind of different. I don't know, guys. In the beginning, I felt like she was dominating him. Like she was more superior than him, like telling him what to do when it came to like sexuals, things like. In the beginning of the movie, I was laughing when she told him to get it up, get it up, get it up. At first, I thought she was saying like get up, but no, she was like talking about get it up, and I'm like what? And then when I saw, oh wait, that was funny. The beginning, after I saw that, I was like, wow. But then the relationship she has with Bob is different, guys. So she ends up getting pregnant, and she guess what? When she's pregnant, she's still badass. She's still going out shooting and stuff like that. But then when it came to after she have her baby, Bob, it's his first daughter, so he started getting more closer to the baby. She ends up feeling jealous, and I'm just like, as a mother, why would you feel jealous of your own child? You know what I'm saying? She's more, I think she started to act selfish. She wanted to go out and kill more people, or accomplish her mission, revolution, stuff like that. And he's like, oh, he's with the daughter, he don't have time to do that, but she wants to go out and do her own thing. So she continues to do criminal stuff until she gets caught, by Lockjaw. And I think Lockjaw kind of has a, I'm not saying maybe he's in love with her because he was kind of stalking her every time from the beginning to the middle until, they caught her. And then she ended up having to get, to be disappeared. So that leaves Bob and his daughter. They had to change identities, guys, and move to a different place. They changed their identities. He ends up taking care of his daughter. She grows up, and he ends up getting high. Like he's not the same like how he was from the beginning. Like 16 years later down the road, he ends up getting high, smoking, you know, like he just looks high. He looked terrible. And what shocked me the most is that he was still able to like run away from the bad guys, the soldiers chasing after him, you know, because he's a fugitive now. He had to change his identity, and he's still able to do that, you know. What made me laugh the most is when he was trying to call, right? I don't know if you guys think that this was funny, but I think it was funny to me when he was trying to call and they kept saying, "What's the time?" He would not give an answer to that, and he would get pissed and yell at the guy. That right there was kind of funny to me. He would get pissed and yell at the guy, and I'm just like, what? Okay. I don't know if y'all think that was funny, but I think that was really funny, you know? His daughter, she's so beautiful. Oh my God. What made me mad that she's not even his real daughter, but he still act like a father to her. He took care of her for 16 years because the mother was messing around, having an affair with the next guy. And this era, guys, it goes back in time with biracial relationships with the movie. So like, I don't know, like being in a type of group, you cannot like do certain things. So like Lockjaw, he had an affair with Perfedia, had a baby, and you're not supposed to have an affair with, you know, a black woman. You know, if you do, it'll make them look bad. So anyways, let me not, I'm not telling you guys the whole movie, I'm just telling you guys a review about it, but you guys should definitely see it because I saw it yesterday. I downloaded it actually. I didn't even go to the movies, but it did came out last year in September, but I downloaded it. But anyways, going into her daughter, what I will say about her friends, when it came to when they was trying to lock her friends up and talk to them, one of them told them, oh, she don't have a phone, right? She don't have a phone and all that. And then the guy, he, she, I'm gonna just call this person a he, she, because he had on some red lipstick. He ended up snitching because he didn't want to go to jail. And the whole time she had a phone, you wouldn't think she had a phone. You know what I'm saying? So the daughter is badass because one, she's already learning karate, so she already know how to fight, and then she knows how to use a gun. So like, that's typically badass, right? She has to run away. Somebody kidnaps her because she's in danger. Her and her father. This lady kidnapped her, take her to this all-women place. You would think they Muslim, and they talking, you know, I don't know. I'm like, why are they talking to her like that? Why they acting ghetto, talking to her? But they actually teaches her how to use a gun because she's gonna need it in the long run. Because once the guy, well, Lockjaw, he come looking for her because the group that he's in, if they find out that's his daughter, he has to clean it up. So basically, he has to kill her. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know, whatever mess. Back then, I guess they wasn't allowed biracial relationships. Well, anyways, he comes finding her. He kidnaps her. He takes her lockdown. He finally does a test, a paternity test, right? A DNA test to see if she's his daughter. Turns out she's his real daughter, and guys, he ends up taking her to this guy in the car. She tried to fight him, but her arms is already arrested. And the guy was like, I don't do kids. I don't do kids. You know, like he kills people, but he don't do kids. And right there, I like that about him. But he still ends up taking her to these guys to kill her, set up an arrangement. And then he waits like 5 minutes to rethink about the situation, reassess the situation, and say, wait a minute, think to himself, I'm not going to do this. He ends up getting up out the car and going to her, saving her, killing the guys. Like, why did you bring her there in the first place to begin with, right? Okay, so when Lockjaw goes driving, I don't know where he was driving to, this other guy ends up shooting him. I was like, wow, once he shoot him, he goes across the road, dead, right? So I'm thinking, okay, he's dead because he used a big gun to shoot him all the way across the road. Him and the car flew. They rolled over off the curve, dead, right? I'm thinking he's dead. Okay. When the daughter is rescued, she hops in the car and drive. in the road. The driving scene is given Fast and Furious scene. The other guy is chasing after her. I guess he realized that's her in the car. What was smart that she did is when she stopped the car in the middle of the road and she got out the car, right? The car crashed into the first car. The guy came out and she was saying this coding. The guy's like, what are you talking about? And she ends up shooting him down. That right there, I said, okay, now she a badass. She's a badass just like her mom. She doesn't necessarily act like her mom, but I would say that she's still a badass. You get what I'm saying? So when we get to the part when she find her dad, she was almost about to shoot her dad because now she's confused because she found out who her real father was. And she's like, who are you? Who are you? You know what I'm saying? When you're in that type of situation, you don't know who your real father is now because now the bad guy is your real father. So you're like, who's this guy then? Because now you know, okay, your mother been sleeping around with all these people. So like now you like, who's this guy? You know what I'm saying? So it's just sick. The mother ends up disappearing to Mexico in the beginning. She's nowhere to be found. I guess that was a smart move because nobody can track her, right? I'm sad though that Bob wasn't the real father, but I will say he is still a father to her because he the one that took care of her, and she accepted him for him. And the end of the movie when she gave him a hug, and I will, that right there, I will give that a 10 out of 10 because that she accepted him. She still accepted him as her father, although he's not her blood father. You know what I'm saying? And nowadays in today's society, people doesn't really have to be your father or your mother to be a real parent. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they treat you right. You know, you can have your blood parents and they treat you horrible, or you don't even know who your real father, mother and father is. But if you have someone that's not your mother and father and they treat you like a parent, they might as well be your father or your mother. You understand? So guys, that movie I'm going to rate as a 10 out of 10 because it was so good. It was so badass. I trusted my gut. I was like, you know what? I don't want to watch this movie. It looks boring because I'm going off of reviews. That's why, guys, when you read reviews, never go off of reviews. Just try to like watch the movie itself. You never know. It might be good for you. Just because it was bad for one person, it might end up being good for you. You know, you just never know, you know? So that movie, I'm definitely going to give it a 10 out of 10, and it was very good, very badass, and it's action thriller, guys. If you like action movies. Hey guys, so I forgot to do an outro. So check out my next videos and vlogs and reviews, guys, book reviews, movie reviews. I'll be doing a bunch of those, more try on hauls. So thank you.